don't get stuck in a fixed mindset. This is one thing that I'll tell all of you. Don't get stuck in a fixed mindset of only living in one location all of your life. And I think that is a fantastic piece of advice. I can't understand, like, it just doesn't make sense to me. These people, some people have never even left their like little village or town that they grew up in. I mean, I was quite lucky in that aspect that like my parents did travel, and so they it was kind of like normal to us, which definitely does come down to like a privileged background. Like I had a very normal upbringing, but we definitely went on probably like one holiday, one family holiday a year, whatever, to Egypt or like to Spain or whatever. So I did grow up going and experiencing different countries. Um, but don't be one of these people who like, or like for example in the US, it's something crazy like 50 or 60% of people haven't even got a passport. And like the US is great and it's very varied because of all the different states. I completely get that, but there's a whole world out there, and depending on what your goals are, there's much better places than being in the US, particularly from like a tax point of view. And that's the other thing to mention. A lot of people will think about, oh, from a tax point of view, I should open in this country because I get these benefits and it has these negatives. Um, I get these tax benefits. It's got this bank. It's got these payment processes, whatever, whatever. But people don't think about that from their personal life, which does seem quite funny to me. People will go through a whole amount of effort to optimize where their business is located without ever thinking about optimizing where they're located. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, just don't get stuck on a fixed mindset of being in one location. Just go and travel. Like the other thing about travel is the worst case scenario. You don't like it, and you buy yourself a $500 plane ticket back home, and you're literally back where you started. So there's not. It's often how I try to think about my decisions is what is the worst outcome, and how easy is it for me to reverse from this decision. If I find out this isn't just to travel, this applies to every area of my life. If I make this decision, how easy is it for me to change my mind? What would I lose, and what position would I be back in? And like with travel, there's really quite limited downside. Like unless you're picking extremely dangerous countries, where of course there's possibility of kidnap if you're going out to these very dangerous places. So of course be sensible. But in 99% of cases, the downside is you got a flight over there, you realize you didn't like it, and you get a $500 flight back home, and you wasted like a couple of days. But at least you had the experience.